Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is very good to have you here on this oddly beautiful night in Colorado. I say oddly beautiful because usually, I don't know, I used to a lot colder temperatures around this time of year. So today we actually got up to 73. I was like, whoa. So had to put on some Christmas music to make it seem a little bit more Christmassy. But yeah, I mean, oddly beautiful. Yet again, some adjectives that would describe me. But that brings up a good point. Describing myself as oddly beautiful. Probably even a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to say that about myself. Of course, not because of the odd part, because, well, I'm used to that. But the idea of calling myself beautiful was a bit foreign to me. Mainly because I was afraid of being called, conceited or snobby or bragging or something to that effect. It wasn't very appreciated by the people around me for a very long time. And I don't really understand the concept, of not being upset by someone calling themselves beautiful. That to me is a sign of confidence. It's a sign of, mental health. It's, but it is something that a lot of us grew up believing that was bad, giving ourselves credit for just about anything was bad because, we were bragging or, but the truth of it is that we weren't the ones in the wrong. We aren't the ones in the wrong when we do that. It's the people who are jealous or afraid, honestly, that will make you believe that, that being confident is a bad thing, I remember a lot of times I was usually threatened with, well, you're just calling attention to yourself, which will lead to trouble or something like that. In all actuality, it kind of turned out the opposite. When I was more confident about myself, I found I attracted better people to me than when I wasn't. And Carl Jung calls oh gosh, can't think of the word. He calls integrating your shadow as a part of the healing process for empaths. Understanding that in you there is all of these parts that you don't like seeing in others. Just because you don't like when somebody is manipulative or dishonest or something like that doesn't mean you don't have the capacity to do that yourself. And sometimes that's our greatest fear is, the idea that we have that to us. It's hard to accept for a lot of people. I was taught by one of the best manipulators out there how to manipulate and things like that. But the thing of it is by accepting accepting that and knowing that, I can steer away from that. Because if I find myself, having alternate agendas or trying to manipulate somebody, I know how to rectify that situation. So a shadow integration is actually a very good thing. And it's also, it's not just your shadow that should be integrated, though. It's the confidence as well. Seeing that you are beautiful, and that you are well-meaning, and that you are honest, and things like that. That needs to be integrated as well. So, just like you have to accept the bad, you have to accept the good too. And that's probably even harder than true shadow integration itself. Acknowledging the part of you that is beautiful and that is special and intelligent and honest. Sometimes that's harder. So, and it took a lot for me to be able to do that as well. I actually, and I mentioned this before, one of the things that I used to do was I would stand in the mirror with the lights completely on, and I would say to myself, at first it was, silently, I would say to myself, you are beautiful, you are enough, you are worthy, you are, light and good, and things like that. And, at first, like I said, at first it was silent, but I started speaking them out loud, and it really started to get through to me a little bit quicker. And that's because when you say it out loud, you get that auditory affirmation as well as that mental affirmation. So it makes a very big difference, and I found it helped a lot, and you got to understand that you are worthy, you are worthwhile just by existing. A lot of times I will say, don't look for the light in the darkness, become it. You have. I see it all the time. How much growth and just enlightenment people have gone through. And that's amazing. You're becoming the light, Please acknowledge that, accept it. Otherwise it might dim. And honestly, the world can't afford that. They need the light. They need you. So please, accept the beautiful parts of you. You are beautiful. You are worthy. Just by being you. Take a deep breath. Take some time. Let yourself feel good about yourself. It's not bad. It's not wrong. In fact, it's the opposite. That's what you should be doing. That's what the world needs. Thanks. Have a good night.